Good morning, everyone. I am out in our chicken coop, our chicken run, and I am measuring the distance from, excuse me, the distance from the fence on this side to the barn over there, because I want to put up a temporary fence to shorten their chicken run, and then on this side I'm going to be planting corn and some other things in here. It's really nice fertile ground in here. We dump in weeds, we dump in food scraps, the chickens eat it all up, they fertilize it all, so it's really rich soil in here, and I want to take advantage of that. So since I have a big enough chicken run, I don't feel bad cutting it off for part of the year, and with what I think I'm going to use to make the barrier here, it'll have a gate in it actually, and so I'll be able to probably just, when I'm not growing food in here, I can open up the gate, leave the fence up, but then they can still get in here to have a feast at the end of the gardening season. So I'm going to go measure what I want to use in here and see if that'll work. Let's get going. So the previous owners had put up fencing in order to keep their cows out of the barn area here, because they stored their hay and such in here. Since we don't have cows, we don't really have a reason to be keeping critters out necessarily, except maybe raccoons or possums, but they're not going to be that big of a deal because they can actually get in anyway, as that's pretty open right there. That green fence over there had been tied up here, but there was no netting on it, so any critters could get through there anyway. So this is one piece. It's just fencing between a frame, and it has a gate in it. Then we have another frame right here. It's a little bit bigger, and it goes all the way over to here. So I'm going to measure this and see if it will work over there. I might need another smaller section, so we'll see. We have stuff that will work if I need that. So I basically need about 24 feet. I might just have it, folks. 16 right here. Will work. It might be a few inches off, which I can fill that in with some extra fencing that we have, no problem. So I'm going to work on taking this down and then get some T-posts in the chicken yard there and get this all set up. So this particular piece of fencing is tied to this wooden post with just one piece of baling twine. And then it's attached to that other frame. Difficult. me one wasn't good enough for this one. We've got 2 baling twines to take off. And now this shouldn't be attached to anything. Oop. There we go, ready to move. All right, let's work on this other one. Dog! The camera's still working. Oh, goodness. Maybe. Still recording. Yeah. So, silly me. Didn't think about the dog possibly knocking down the fencing. And camera seems to be fine, but the tripod has sadly become a bipod. Oh, side on. What do you have to say for yourself, huh? What do you have to say for yourself? Hmm? What do you have to say for yourself? Guess a new tripod is in order. Alright, well, guess I'll get to work on the rest of the stuff over there. Yeah, so my tripod just died a horrific death. It's in pieces. I'll have to get a new one. But fortunately, my husband is a photographer, Brent Bergam Photography, Latitude Photography Podcast, Latitude Photography School, all those are his. And he has lots of, or at least several, tripods, and so he lent me one of his. Thank goodness. I will have to get a new one because his tripod's complicated and I just want something simple. So I'll get one that's my own and that I don't have to keep asking him to borrow. But for today, he's letting me use it. So I'm gonna get back to this. Gonna make sure the tripod is away from any potential of getting hit by a falling fence piece. So get back to work. There's a piece of chicken fencing in here that keeps hitting me in the head, or that I keep hitting my head on. Piece is a lot heavier. All right, I think just got some wires on this side to cut. They're attached to this fence here, and that should do it. Ooh, wasp up there. I know there's a wasp nest inside. All right. So most of these wires are just keeping the fencing in the frame. This wire here is keeping it to the fence line. Clip that off. And is that it? I don't see any down there at the bottom keeping it in, so... Oh, there's a string up here keeping it up. I wonder if this will cut that. Not very easily. Oh, it did some. There we go. Good. All right. And that seems to be it. first one I think I can move on my own, but this one's a bit heavy. I'm gonna need help for that. Thank goodness I have some strong lads to help.
Side on.
Better not get under there, dog. You might find this on your back, and that would not be good. Alright, I think they're on the other side. I don't want this dog out here, though. Come here, Sidon. We don't need you in with the chickens. Oh, you're caught. Okay. See if we can scoot it through. Nope. Let's try to lift it up a little bit and just kind of scoot it as we lift it, even if we can't lift it up very far. You want to get, we can do it more at an angle so you can get in there. Will it help you get in there? What are you doing? I had a different plan in mind. I needed to do it my way.
Sorry. Or I can just...
Get that weed out of the way. that space between that other one and the barn. Hey. Sidon, come here. Come out. Found this cool piece of glass. There's lots of glass bits in our garden areas, wherever we dig. I guess there used to be a bar or something on this property. So our front property is 2 parcels, half an acre each. And on one of them anyway, or somewhere around here, there used to be a bar. And so I guess there was a lot of broken glass from people just breaking their bottles or something. Anyway, so I find little bits of glass everywhere. And I've been collecting them, and I think I might try to do something fun with them later. So, kind of out of breath. Those things were heavy. So, I've got them in there, and it looks like they'll, for the most part, fit. There will be maybe about 8 inches where I might need to put in a filler to fill in the gap. But otherwise, they're gonna work, and I just need to get the post dug, so I'm gonna go get to work on that now. To say right now. Might have to go in and see what all the fuss is about. Alright, gotta get this lined up. So make sure I get the T-post in the right spot. We have about a foot-wide gap here that we'll have to fill in with something else. Not a problem, we've got stuff. But now I'm curious what all those chickens were making a fuss about. Let's go look. What you guys doing in here, huh? Oh, she was off her nest earlier, and she's back on. And I guarantee you, there's no eggs under her. What's the fuss about, guys, huh? I don't see any eggs that have been laid. Well, someone's on their nest right over there. And someone's on it underneath here. Woo! Well, somebody was happy for some reason, but it wasn't her. The new chickens seem to be doing okay in here, although they hang out at this fence next to where their brooding house is, because that's what they're used to, and their other rooster friends are over there. I have a feeling some of the ladies liked one of the other roosters, but I don't care. I didn't want that one. Alright, I've got that baling twine that was used to hook this up over there. I'm just going to lift this first fence up and attach it to these posts, and then I'm going to get help for that other one because that's quite heavy. But don't worry, you're out of the way of this fencing should it fall. There's a wind. I don't want it to fall. Okay. One panel up and access for all. I'm just going to tie some ropes around the bottoms now and get that all tightened up and secure. Alright, I have the rest of the fence up, and I looked around the farm to see if I could find something that would fit in this. It's more than a foot really, it's maybe about 15 inches wide. Measure this just so I can be correct in what I say. Oops, that didn't hold out. Okay. 15.5 inches. There you go. And this 15.5 inch opening. And I found this board, and it's almost as high as the fence, and it fits the opening pretty much perfectly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my baling twine, and I'm just going to tie it over to here, over to that fence, and just crisscross it a couple times, 3 or 4 different spots on this side, and then go and do the same on the other side, just to make it nice and secure. I just did one down at the bottom, now I'm doing one a little bit higher. Just going to tie it to the fence over here. stretch it across, bring it through the fence over here. Bring it back across. And across over again. And then one last time over here and then tie it off. Do one more up higher and then I'll go to the other side. I'm putting up a fence in here. Come through this area over here. You notice something missing there? Oh, can you close that gate? I don't want the chickens getting out.
What was that for?
Well, I put this up so that I can plant corn and stuff in there.
Was it?
Well, for us, and then the chickens can go in there and have a feast when we're done gardening.
I took them out. Well,
Yeah. They can have a feast of bugs and any corn that's left over that we leave in there for them, or any other seeds and insects and stuff.
this is not soft.
Not right there, but it is out further.
The sun is just so deep.
The what?
The dirt on this side is so deep.
Droopy?
Yeah.
The dirt is droopy. Okay.
Here.
It's harder there, isn't it? Yeah.
A fella.
Ooh, a feather. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, can I try to find that in here? Here.
Very sturdy. What?
I gave you the pen.
Oh, thank you. All right. It's not the prettiest job, probably not the most secure job, but I think it'll work. It'll close that gap for now, and we can keep the chickens out of this area, and I can start working it up into a garden.
Hello.
Now that I have the chickens cordoned off over there, I can actually work on this area now. This fencing down here is quite loose, and the chickens have been, this is one of their dust bath areas. You can see a feed bag there, a couple feed bags. this cover can come down. I think they had it in there to protect their hay from getting wet. Not completely sure, or to keep the wind from blowing things around in there. But I'll take that down and we'll kind of rework this fence area. If we weren't going to let the chickens back in this area, I'd think about just taking it down. But I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet with the chickens. I do want to let them back in this area though, so probably just leave it up, but fix it up and make it look a little nicer. And here we have another chicken boy digging holes. Digging holes like the chickens do, huh? Such nice soft dirt. Gonna make great garden dirt here. Add some compost and mulch, and this will be great for corn and maybe some beans, squash, some other things. Well, thanks for joining us today at Wild Woodland Lavender Farm. Even though my tripod died a horrific death, we will survive and continue on. And I have another tripod in my shopping cart already, and it's another orange one, so yay. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.